Welcome, beautiful hearts and beautiful souls and beautiful beings. I am so excited to share with you how I see what can support you in bringing the deeper magnetism through the message that you feel you're here to share. And this is literally what helped me to build a very thriving and organic community. I don't really believe in followers that I really see the people who resonate with my message as my community, as my online community. And I wanted to share with you a very practical tips of what I focus on every time before I go live, every time when I share, a video that I record, because this year is going to be a reflection of what you choose to create. And the most powerful way to get your message out there in the world is to be visible, right? Even more than you already do so. And to be visible in a new way and to take the risk of feeling vulnerable when you are choosing to be visible in a new way. You will always feel vulnerability. You can't really avoid it. And then the practice of doing it over and over and over again in a new way each time helps you move through vulnerability into the sense of aliveness. Welcome to my furry companion. Gracie is in the picture. So, thank God for animals. They're so fantastic. So if you just joined, hi, my name is Katerina Satori. I have been sharing my message online for the last 7 years. And the first 3 years, I had no idea what I was doing. And I think it's normal. It's a part of the growth. It's a part of the process. My message has reshaped itself and reinvented itself in major ways 3 times, and in minor ways at least 10 different times. And I also believe this is normal because your message will shift in alignment with expansion of your consciousness and your growth as a leader. But in this video, I wanted to share with you kind of like the key principles to focus on every time you speak to your community, and really beginning to see your online platform as a place that you gather a community. The moment you stop seeing, thinking, and calling the people that follow you as followers, the moment you begin to attract more sovereign beings who actually looking to be a part of the community. I deeply believe in that. I'm okay if people think differently. This is my experience. I think about the people who connect with me as a community. And community, you serve, you connect, you inspire, you show up for with generosity, devotion, and consistency. I think I'm falling out of my dress a little bit. Hold on. I'm gonna let that message to integrate. I often have this experience where I'm like falling out of my dresses. Can anybody relate to this? But this is the very, when I teach classes and the camera is really close and I'm like, oops, hold on a second. This was a very powerful thought, but I'm about to fall out of my dress. So hold on. Right? Because once you record a video, it's gone. It's released into the ethers, right? And there is a certain sweetness with that because you got to let go of control. Of course, you can delete a video and delete a Facebook, but I urge you not to. I urge you to stay in the beautiful experience of allowing what's to come through wants to come through you. All right, so magnetism. Why magnetism is so important, right? Magnetism, think about it, it's like this inner magnet. Even the word magnetism has the word magnet, right? So when your inner magnet is switched on, it begins to pulsate, the wave of this energy that reaches the right people, and you begin to draw things to you, draw opportunities to you, draw aligned, allies to you, instead of you trying to go and chase those opportunities, right? Or trying to be somebody you're not in order to, get somebody to follow you. Instead, magnetism is where I operate from. I focus on, well, what do I get to do every single morning that when I show up on the live stream, I express the radiance of the inner magnet that I have turned on in the morning, I have cultivated, I aligned with my deeper why, right? So the magnetism will come through when you are connected to your deepest why. I often talk about it, right, loves? I will continue to talk about it because when you find your true why, you find a source of inner fire that continues to burn no matter what happens outside of you. Your inner fire is not affected by what's happening on outside of you. This inner fire, it's your true why, your deepest why, right? Why you show up, why you choose to be visible. Instead of promoting a product, we got to think about, how can I let people feel the power of my why? How can I let people feel the power of, this vision that called me, that asked me to be the messenger for it? It's so much more magnetic. It's so much more magnetic. So this why gets to be turned on every morning. Every morning. It's not going to happen automatically. Maybe one day it will, because you've been turning it on every morning for the last 10 years. It becomes a habit. Right? So I wake up, I create these pre-visioning rituals. I just shared in the recent class that I taught, frequency shift. I gave my students, I think it was like a half an hour audio recording. And for some people, it's a lot to ask to listen for something every morning for half an hour. But for those who understand the mechanics of how you create your reality with your consciousness, this is a commitment that is so worth to make every morning. Now it's 11:11 and the crows are here, loves. Crows are here. They always come when I share these deep talks. So your magnetism, right, is generated from within. So before we go into your true message, we got to start with your true why. 7 years ago, I began sharing my videos online simply out of the desire to take off focus of me and my problems and my health issues and my loneliness and me drowning in depression. I wanted to take the focus on this just miserable self-obsession and turn it into, let me share what I have found that helps me to rise up even when it's dark, even when I'm struggling, even when my body is like barely functioning. So 7 years ago, I started sharing videos online without any agenda of turning it into a business. I had a really good, well-paying job at that time. It was a desire to contribute, which was a very natural desire in every human. And if we don't attend to that desire, we will never feel the deepest joy available to us. We will never feel the deepest fulfillment available to us. So this year will be reflection of everything we choose to contribute, everything we choose to give, everything we choose to offer to others. So by the end of this year, when you look back, may you be the one who says, I am inspired by what I decided to create. In spite of all the things that were not easily available to me, I'm so inspired by my ability to focus on what's available and play with that and work with that and adapt and create something new and breathe through this deep turbulence of vulnerability and rise up to the next level of leadership. There's going to be two kinds of people at the end of this year, beloved. And now it's January. It's January 13. 13 is one of my favorite numbers, right? It's a divine feminine transmission. And the feminine is not just nurturing and loving and all forgiving. Feminine can be very fierce. So maybe we unlock that part of creativity that is fierce in us. So there's going to be two types of people. And I wonder where you and I are going to find ourselves. There's going to be people, like I said, who will look at the end of this year. At the end of this year, they will look back at the year and they say, I am so inspired, but what I chose to create. So there's a group of creators, and there's going to be a group of complainers who will just keep wasting their time by posting memes online, how this year was just weak parody or weak, repetition of 2020. Complainers don't create. Complainers waste their precious time, not knowing that tomorrow is never guaranteed. So may you and I find ourselves in being inspired, but what we chose to create in spite of what was not available. I find that this year is rich of unexpected opportunities, because if in the past, some of us could excuse ourselves from not doing our most courageous work because we were simply spread too thin. We were involved in this, we were involved in that, there was a trip here, there was a trip there. Now, there's so much opportunity to become zero focused on your most courageous work. On your most courageous work. And with all this opportunity to up-level your skills, to up-level your visibility, to up-level your service to your community, this year is going to be a reflection of what you and I are going to choose to create. Nothing else, nothing on. And I encourage every single one of you to release people in your life who indulge in complaining, because that is contagious. Complaining is contagious. The same as comparison. And it's like, that's the real virus that can hijack your mind and can stop your momentum. You're resonating with this, my loves? Okay, let's go back into, how do you share your true message? Easy. I was just sharing it at the mastermind that I'm leading right now. And loves, I am so, so grateful. I trusted the spirit to bring this group together. And we just had second call, and it was just blasted me open, the exquisiteness of the alchemy of a small group and what we're able to accomplish. So if you wanted to be there this year, for some reason or not, it wasn't possible for you, or it was a stretch, you can put your name on the waiting list for the next round, all right? But this is what I shared with my mastermind members. I said, if you ever doubt what is your true message, ask yourself, if I only had 30 days to live, what would be the message that I shared? If I only had 30 days to live. When you give yourself this, a certain frame like this, if you really think, if I only had 30 days to live, what is the number one message that I would share, and why? That's your deepest truth. That's the deepest truth. And there is a reason why that message is so important for you, because it's most likely based on something that you learned through hard experience, something that was very painful for you to learn, something that you shifted you on the deepest level. And that's the message. If you dare to share it, it's going to resonate with people who are going through that right now. So if you let me know in the comments right now, what would be the message, right? You can choose three. You can say, okay, these three topics, right? So when I ask myself that question, I always talk about create, don't wait. And the reason why, 7 years ago, loves, I turned on the video. The live stream was not available. I turned on the video and I watched 1 minute of a video message that altered a whole trajectory of my life. And there was a wonderful man who said, he was just quoting this quote, just landed so deeply for me. He said, every day you wake up, either working on your dream, or you wake up and you're working on somebody else's dream. Every day, ask yourself, am I working on my dream? Am I working on somebody else's dream? We did not come here to work on somebody else's dreams. I believe every person has a secret mission, that we call it higher purpose. You know, your true search for your deepest path. And if we dare to trust it, and if we dare to follow where it leads us, no matter what it will ask of us, because we have a strong why, then this life will be, you're at the end of your life and you have no regrets. You have no regrets. So 7 years ago, that was my experience, right? And that video shifted me. And I began sharing my voice online. So how do you unlock the magnetism of your message? I have 3 points. Even put them on the card. Put them on the card. I can see you. Good to see you, love. So the very first one, darling, how do you magnetize people who you made soul agreements on the level of the soul? How do you magnetize them to yourself? How do you magnetize people who are looking for what you offer? Right? The very first thing, it's something that will stand a test of all time, is this, and it's called generosity. Generosity. The generosity, from my perspective, is the most powerful business strategy. It's the most powerful life strategy. And a true generosity without agenda. True generosity because you have love for humanity. You have love for your community. You have love spilling over in your heart, and you desire to generously share it. A lot of times people show up on the live streams and they only stay in the entertainer archetype. They kind of like talk about everything about nothing, and they spend time and they hang out. And I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying it's okay. It can be useful for your experience of, letting people feel like this natural, conversational part of you. But if you are building a community, you got to focus on this. You got to focus on showing up and serving, giving value that people can apply, that can inspire them to rise to their dreams, that can inspire them to believe in themselves, right? So generosity. Never ever worry about giving away your best stuff. Trust that you will always have more to offer. Generosity. How generous are you with what you share online, and how consistent you are, right? So then the second one is radiance. How do you unleash the magnetism of your true message? Radiance. And radiance is you turning on that magnetism within you. And it requires you getting up early enough to do your spiritual disciplines, that when you show up on the live stream, you are turned on, connected to your higher self, you channeling your higher self. And this is very important. A lot of people really don't understand this. And I wish I began speaking about this sooner. A lot of times people show up on the live streams, on the video, they just rolled out of bed. People will make judgments about your appearance in 6 minutes, 6 seconds. 6 seconds. And your message can be so good and so authentic, but if how you look, how you convey your energy doesn't match your message, you will be dismissed. The reality of online space in 2021 is very interesting. It's unexpected opportunity, and we will all be asked to raise our standards of how we show up. So on one level, the online space will become so much noisy, that if you're not centered in your true why, in your true powerful message, it can be very destabilizing, almost like, affecting your confidence. Will you be able to break through the noise? On another way, there has never been more demand for quality and mastery. Quality and mastery. So you showing up in the radiance and really showing up that your online space is an online stage. I wish more people would understand the power of your online stage. There is a reason you will never see me asking another thought leader or influencer to promote my product, to promote my podcast, to promote my course. I will never ask that. Why? Because I understand the power of somebody's stage. And I understand the responsibility that comes with building a very powerful digital stage and earning people's respect and earning people's trust. So instead of asking somebody to promote my products, it's my duty to become so generous with what I share, to become so radiant with what I share, and to trust that internal magnetism that is rooted on the deep, deep, true message of my soul. So if you're already doing this, loves, amazing. Keep doing this, because this is what's really going to keep you visible for your people, right? It's sending that powerful magnetic wave to your people, not to everybody, but to your people. And then the last one is the confidence, right? Confidence. And I was listening to one of my mentors today, and he said, in the States, we just in the West world, we have this false notion that people are overconfident in their abilities, simply judging by all the Instagram influencers accounts that you see. With the right filter, with the right reel, people appear to be so confident. But I'm looking for a deeper level of confidence to start something new, confidence to go through the messy middle part of your project where you want to give up, where you feel the loss of enthusiasm, and confidence to take the vision and the project all the way till the end. Even when you're bored, even when you're fatigued, even when you hear, no, not yet, it's not for me. And you see the vision and you understand that you partner up with the vision and you choosing to go all the way. It takes confidence. It takes trust in your ability, trust in your vision, trust in your skill, and trust in your capacity. So what I also found, loves, when you unleash the magnetism of your true message and you become visible, truly visible, right? On a platform of your choice. And you, first of all, you see it as a community. The last two things that I'll share, I'm not going to make this an hour transmission, only half an hour. Oh, I'm more concise. So if you are in the beginning stages of your online business or your leadership, or you're reinventing and you're starting sharing deeper message, right? The mantra that I offer to you that will carry you or anchor you into what's truly important is this one. I am going to build my community. I'm going to build my community. I'm going to be visible. I'm going to care how I look like. I'm going to care how my energy comes through. I'm going to care about the people who actually connect with me. I'm going to build my community. I'm going to learn what it takes to build a community. I'm going to read all books. I'm going to take courses. I'm going to learn and be inspired by people who have organic, natural, incredible communities, right? So if you are new in sharing your message online, this is the number one priority. I'm going to build my community. I have an incredible course on community called the Sovereign Coach Intensive. If you go on my website, on the courses, on the business courses, I talk about what is required for you to become fully sovereign if you sell information, if you educate, if you mentor, if you coach. There's only three things you get to focus on: your craft, your clients, and your community. And the reason people struggle in becoming financially sovereign and deeply fulfilled in the coaching industry is because they overlook one of those pieces. They either focus on the craft and they just stuck in that. I'm going to focus on my craft, and they terrified to learn how to enroll stronger clients, or they don't really focus on building real communities, right? So if you desire to up-level your skill, that's the course that I would recommend for you. It's on my website. Then if you are already in service to others, you already have your community, may this mantra support you. And it goes like this: I am going to lead my community. I am going to lead my community this year. I'm going to be the one who wakes up in the morning, turns my magnetism on, connects to my deeper why, and show up as a leader in my community. And what does it mean to lead your community? A leader reminds people what's important. A leader reminds people what's important, right? Loves. And this is how, you can turn on the camera and remind your community that this year will be a reflection of what they will choose to create, what they will choose to focus on, what they will choose to align to. And this is why it is a year of unexpected opportunities. It's not going to be any better than 2020 if somebody refuses to innovate, to take risks, to up-level skills, to surround themselves with nourishing community of the light workers, or to start your own community. So may you and I be the people that look at the end of this year and be inspired by what we chose to focus on, what we choose to create, what we choose to upgrade, to elevate, to expand. And may this be your point of focus. Because whatever you focus on grows. And with less distractions of this year, that's provided if you don't watch TV, you don't watch news. I have not read any news for the last 30 days, the best decision of my life. It is the same freaking drama. The same drama on both sides, the same hate, the same division. So focus on what moves your mission forward. Focus on what moves your message forward, and use the time to just become deaf to anything that takes you off course, and open up your inner ear to your higher self, to your community, and to the wisdom of your own heart. This will assist you and help you to create the most magnificent 2021. This would help me to have the most successful year in my business in 2020, without killing myself, without working too hard, but being consistent on my vision and being devotional through the process and being playful, seeing this all divine theater. Might as well play your role with an inner smile and with a delight. But remember, loves, the vision will carry you. The stronger is your vision, the further you can go. Without vision, people perish, said who? Jim Rohn. When I need a kick in the butt, I listen to Jim Rohn. I listen to Napoleon Hill. I listen to those great thought leaders who were writing those messages in the time of Great Depression, in the time after war, in the time where it would be so easy to collapse and not even try. Right? I tap into their courage, their spirit is alive. I listen to their messages. And I rarely need a kick in the butt because, I'm so connected to my vision. But on the times where I do, and I get very, like, my thoughts get very dark with where humanity is still is, and we have this drama in such division, like my thoughts get dark. I go listen to Napoleon Hill. I go listen to Jim Rohn. I'm aligned and I'm ready to go. So this also can be very helpful for you. This is what I wanted to share. Let me know in the comments, what are you excited to implement, loves? Because this is very, very powerful, and how I can support you. I encourage you to check out the course, Sovereign Coach Intensive. I don't know if I ever teach it again. It's such a powerful, powerful content. It's like the philosophy of what it takes and the practical steps of what it takes to become sovereign in your coaching, mentorship, education business. And it's one of the most affordable business courses I have. So check it out. And then if you want to go somewhere deeper, Luxury Lunchpad is there for you as well. So whatever you choose, use this time wisely. The year will go by like this. Just how 2020 went so fast. 2021 will go even faster. So use every day wisely. You only live it once. Thank you for your presence. Remember, generosity, right? Radiance, confidence. And the mantra is, I'm going to lead my community by serving them, by listening them, by inspiring them, by bringing my energy and sharing myself with generosity, consistency, and devotion. Thank you. I love you. Be blessed. And I will see you in the next live stream.